Well, the time is gone, 8:34 a.m. as we continue with this morning's edition of News and Views. We're talking about the tobacco bill, and we've heard about traders warning that this bill could cost thousands of people their livelihoods. We're going across now to be joined by the CEO of the Tobacco, Alcohol and Gambling Advisory. We're joined by Peter Ucko. Peter, good morning to you, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning to you and to everyone who's joining us for this. And I heard what you said about the traders saying that thousands of jobs are going to get lost and so on. That's typical tactics. It's just scare tactics. They want to make you frightened about something that's never going to happen.
All right, let's just talk about this bill because this bill speaks about strict new laws that are coming. And I know, we spoke about informal traders, who obviously are fearing for their livelihoods. But just before we get there, Peter, let's just talk about the bill in itself. What are we expecting?
Well, the major thing is that there are going to be graphic health warnings on packs and plain packaging. So instead of having all these glitzy, glamorous images on packages, you'll have the brand name in plain lettering on a plain background, and then graphic health warnings and health and other messages about the use of tobacco and the harms caused by the use of tobacco. That's the one major change. The other is that the bill will include into the control of tobacco products things like heated tobacco products and electronic nicotine delivery systems. Some people call that romantically vapes. They're not vapes. They don't emit a vapor. Are these huge devices now that you suck on? Imagine that you're sucking on a device to put aerosols into your lungs containing many, many poisons that can kill you and certainly harm your health and kill you. So those are bad products, and it brings now into the control of tobacco products those electronic devices and other things. Those are probably the two major issues. Smoking control in certain outdoor areas, that'll happen where people gather in numbers. But really, it's all aimed at promoting health, promoting longevity, and having a South Africa that can be healthy and productive and happy.
Well, Peter, obviously we know with regard to tobacco, and obviously this is not a decision that has come lightly. It's taken many years. It's taken extensive public hearings. It's taken a lot of submissions as well from, right across the entire spectrum. And obviously it does highlight the reality of the tobacco industry. But again, when it comes to some of these arguments, talking about, job losses and the like as well. How does one actually react to that? Because this is exactly seems to be because at the end of the day, it is still. I mean, South Africa is benefiting from things like what we know as sin taxes and all these other additional forms of revenue that we hear about year on year in the budget. And so how does one actually measure the whole question surrounding what the government wants to implement through this bill versus the benefits that they seem to be getting out of it through taxes and the like?
Simple, save lives and increase productivity. I just want to correct you on the sin taxes. It's something we say, it sounds bad, but in fact, those are health taxes. The taxes that hopefully will increase the cost and therefore more and more people will quit smoking. Because remember, the revenue that you get from the sale of cigarettes is minimal compared with the cost of caring for the diseases and disabilities caused by the use of tobacco products. So tobacco products are not a benefit to the country. They're a loss maker. Cigarettes are also not made by people. They're made by machines. So now let's look at about the informal traders, because that's a concern that you mentioned. There are always changes in the way the world operates. I'll give you one example, fax machines. 20 or 30 years ago, everybody had a fax machine. Not only in businesses, people started to get them in their homes. Now we've got scanners, and your phone can operate, your mobile phone as a scanner. And we don't use fax machines anymore. So what happened to all those jobs? People don't make fax machines. The people who used to service fax machines, the people who used to supply paper for use in fax machines, all gone, gone, gone. So what's going to happen if we stop selling cigarettes? And the informal traders are really concerned about single sticks. Now, if you sell single sticks, what are you doing? You're keeping people addicted. So a smoker can't afford, say, a pack of cigarettes, but occasionally he can go and buy one single stick. And all that does is keep him addicted. If he can't buy a single stick and he says, well, I can't afford a full pack of cigarettes, I'll quit smoking. That's a huge benefit. Reduces health costs and everything else. Another thing that smoking does, it increases absenteeism from the job. So employers get less productivity for the wages they pay. It's really overall harmful. Now, let's draw a parallel between informal traders selling single sticks. Imagine, for example, if the government were to ban white bread tomorrow. Just normal white bread that we give to our kids to take to school for sandwiches, and we eat just as routine. It's easy to make a nice little sandwich. So we ban white bread. You can't sell it anymore. So what's going to happen? Do you think all the supermarkets, and I'm not going to name all the chains, but there's lots of huge chains of supermarkets, they stop selling bread. You think they're going to go insolvent? You think they're going to be job losses? The answer is no, because it's not the only thing they sell. So informal traders, cigarettes not the only thing they sell. They sell other things. And so people, when they don't have money now that they're going to spend on a single stick, instead of spending 2 or 3 rand on a single stick, they're going to buy something else. Maybe something else that's happier, healthier. They eat it, it makes them feel happier, and it's healthier. So informal traders are not going to go out of business. It's a smoke screen, to coin a phrase. It's a scared tactics, which is nonsense. Informal traders are not going to go out of business because they cannot sell single cigarettes. And in fact, let's be truthful. The law right now does not allow the sale of cigarettes. An existing piece of legislation. Nothing's going to change with a new bill. A cigarette has to be in a package that carries health warnings and other things. That's a fact of law right now. So you cannot sell a single stick. So what's going to happen with a new bill? Nothing's going to change in that regard. Right. So nobody's going to lose jobs. Traders are not going to get out of business. It's a scare tactic. It's nonsense. Let's make a healthier, more productive South Africa.
Yes, I think, Peter, and while we're talking about a more healthy, productive South Africa, and I think sometimes you have this argument that, yes, tobacco is being targeted and not alcohol. And I see you wear different hats as well, in terms of CEO of Tobacco, Alcohol, and Gambling Authority as well. And just your thoughts on alcohol, because, we are talking about plain packaging, we're talking about advertising, all of those type of things as far as cigarettes are concerned. But when one looks at alcohol again, promoted very, very widely, featuring very, very prominently in terms of advertisements, TV, you name it. The FIFA World Cup is on, and I think almost every second advert that you look at during the FIFA World Cup is alcohol related as well. Your thoughts on alcohol?
Well, alcohol is a drug like nicotine and tobacco. It's an addictive drug. Alcohol is a class A carcinogen, causes cancer. So alcohol, like tobacco, should never be advertised, popularized, glamorized, and there should be no promotion or of soccer teams and all that sort of stuff by alcohol products. Alcohol is not overall good for society. Simple. It causes cancer. It's addictive. It destroys families. There's no question about that. So long, long, long overdue. Tobacco control, we were years ago, decades ago now, leaders in tobacco control. We've lagged behind and we have to catch up, and that's the purpose of the current bill, to let us play catch up a little bit. When it comes to alcohol, the bill has been in progress, the alcohol control bill has been in progress for, 20 years. Needs to come to fruition now. Need to ban advertising of alcohol. Because look, alcohol, like cigarettes, The adverts never tell the truth about the product. When you see alcohol advertised, it's all wonderful parties, sailing on ships, having fun with your friends, watching sports. It's all glamorous, glorious, wonderful rubbish, because it's not. They never tell you the truth about the product. They never tell you alcohol makes you drunk, then you crash your car. Alcohol, it causes cancer, cirrhosis of the liver. It's addictive. They never tell you the truth about the product. It's all glamorous and parties. So we need to have control of alcohol products the same as we do for tobacco products. I've been into liquor stores, and what do you see in the fridges there? Lollipops, frozen little lollipop suckers in plastic bags that they want the kids to buy, but it contains alcohol. So parents think they're going to buy this for the kids. It's very nice. It's alcohol. It's poisonous. It's not good for you. Should be the same. Gambling is another thing, because what we do is the tobacco, alcohol, and gambling. Those are the three legal addictive products. They're all interlinked. Big gamblers are likely to be heavy smokers. Big drinkers are likely to be heavy smokers. So they're all interlinked because they're addictive products and lifestyles.
Well, Peter, I wish we had a lot more time. In fact, obviously you've opened up another area for discussion, but I'm sure at some point in time we certainly will be having this discussion. But for now, we thank you. We do appreciate you taking time out.
Yeah, let's just be sensible, use our brains, be healthy, be happy, save lives and save money. That's all we want to do. Be happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. All the best once again. Take care.
Thank you.
Peter Ucko, CEO of the Tobacco, Alcohol, and Gambling Advisory, this morning with us. And with that, we're going to go for a break. We come back. Juma Inspirations. It is a day of Juma.